The words decentralized finance or DeFi get used a lot nowadays, especially if you're into cryptocurrency. But what exactly is DeFi, and what do cryptocurrency investors need to know about the industry? Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Animations, the channel where we explain to our viewers about the different types of cryptocurrencies and everything new investors should know. In today's video, we will talk about decentralized finance, how it works, what it does, and everything you need to know about it. So be sure to be attentive because you clearly don't want to miss out on today's video. Also, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell so you never miss any of our uploads. Now with the intro out of the way, let's get into our topic for today. Let's start off by talking about what a DeFi is. DeFi is an anonymous system that completes traditional financial transactions without interference from an intermediary or governing body. Instead of using a neutral third party, DeFi uses an application through blockchain technology, also known as DeFi protocol, to connect users directly. Its products and smart contracts fulfill these agreements. While it's possible to build DeFi apps on other blockchains, Ethereum is the most popular and accessible in 2021. The popularity of DeFi rapidly expanded in 2020 and 2021. According to DeFi Pulse, the value of assets attached to DeFi contracts, known as total value locked, increased from roughly $697 million at the beginning of 2020 to more than $85 billion in August 2021. Bitcoin and many other digital native assets stand out from legacy digital payment methods such as those run by PayPal and Visa, in that they remove all middlemen from transactions. When you pay with a credit card for coffee at a cafe, a financial institution sits between you and the business, with control over the trade, retaining the authority to stop or pause it and record it in its private ledger. With Bitcoin, those institutions are cut out of the picture. Direct purchases aren't the only type of transaction or contract overseen by big companies. Financial applications such as loans, insurance, crowdfunding, derivatives, betting, and more are also in their control. Cutting out intermediaries from all kinds of transactions is one of the primary advantages of DeFi. What is the role of smart contracts in a DeFi? Smart contracts make it possible for users to create DeFi apps on top of the blockchain. They're transactional protocols or computer programs that automatically execute when relevant events tied to the agreement take place. Ethereum is closely related to DeFi because it was coded with smart contracts in mind. Why is DeFi important in the crypto space? A societal transition away from traditional finance toward DeFi would constitute a fundamental shift in how we interact with currency forms. There are often dozens of third parties involved in your finances. We store fiat currency with financial institutions. We go through traditional banks and exchanges to digitally transfer fiat currency to friends and family. These processes can be time-consuming and potentially expensive to utilize, as they often involve transaction fees. DeFi doesn't have the vulnerabilities or inconveniences we tend to assume are necessary. Ethereum application of the DeFi. Most applications that call themselves DeFi are built on top of Ethereum, the world's second-largest cryptocurrency platform, which sets itself apart from the Bitcoin platform in that it's easier to use to create other types of decentralized applications beyond simple transactions. These more complex financial use cases were even highlighted by Ethereum creator Vitalik Buterin back in 2013 in the original Ethereum white paper. That's because Ethereum's platform for smart contracts, which automatically execute transactions if certain conditions are met, offers much more flexibility. Ethereum programming languages, such as Solidity, are specifically designed for creating and deploying such smart contracts. With smart contracts at the core, dozens of DeFi applications are operating on Ethereum, some of which are explored below. Ethereum 2.0, a future upgrade to Ethereum's underlying network, could boost these apps by chipping away at Ethereum's scalability issues. How does DeFi differ from traditional finance? Traditional finance is highly regulated, and there's often a frequent amount of fees. While we obviously have a greater familiarity with conventional finance, DeFi offers 1. Better transparency into transactions and fees. 2. Much higher levels of autonomy with transactions. No permissions are needed to conduct transactions, and deals can be structured without waiting periods. 3. Greater trust in the technology itself as opposed to intermediaries like banking institutions. However, these perks don't come without potential risks. DeFi is still new territory, and it's also less private since transactions are visible on the decentralized public blockchain. Now let's talk about the rewards involved in DeFi. Transactions made this way can be more efficient, flexible, secure, and automated than in traditional finance. Moreover, DeFi eliminates the distinction between ordinary customers and wealthy individuals or institutions, who have access to many more financial products. Anyone can join a DeFi loan pool and lend money to others. The risk is more significant than with a bond fund or certificate of deposit, but so are the potential returns. And that's just the beginning. Because DeFi services run an open-source software code, they can be combined and modified in almost endless ways. For example, they can automatically switch your funds among different collateral pools based on which currently offers the best returns for your investment profile. As a result, the rapid innovation seen in e-commerce and social media could become the norm in traditionally staid financial services. These benefits help explain why DeFi growth has been meteoric. At the recent market peak in May 2021, over $80 billion worth of cryptocurrencies were locked in DeFi contracts, up from less than $1 billion a year earlier. The total value of the market was $69 billion as of August 3, 2021. So, is investing in DeFi safe? No, it's risky. Many believe DeFi is the future of finance and that investing in disruptive technology early could lead to massive gains. But it's difficult for newcomers to separate the good projects from the bad, and there has been plenty of bad. As DeFi has increased in activity and popularity through 2020, many DeFi applications, such as meme coin YAM, have crashed and burned, sending the market capitalization from $60 million to $0 in 35 minutes. Other DeFi projects, including Hotdog and Pizza, faced the same fate, and many investors lost a lot of money. In addition, DeFi bugs are unfortunately still widespread. Smart contracts are robust, but they can't be changed once the rules are baked into the protocol, which often makes bugs permanent and thus increases risk. What are the risks of DeFi? While I believe the potential of DeFi is exciting, there are also serious causes for concern. Blockchains can't eliminate the risks inherent in investing, which are the necessary result of the potential for returns. In this case, DeFi can magnify the already high volatility of cryptocurrencies. Many DeFi services facilitate leverage in which investors essentially borrow money to magnify their gains, but face a greater risk of losses. Moreover, there isn't any banker or regulator who can send back funds transferred in error, nor is there necessarily someone to repay investors when hackers find a vulnerability in the smart contracts or other aspects of a DeFi service. Almost $300 million has been stolen in the past 2 years. The primary protection against unexpected losses is the warning "investor beware," which has never proved sufficient in finance. Some DeFi services appear to violate regulatory obligations in the US and other jurisdictions, such as not barring terrorist transactions or allowing any member of the general public to invest in restricted assets like derivatives. It's not clear how some of those requirements could even be enforced in DeFi without traditional intermediaries. Even highly mature, highly regulated traditional financial markets experience shocks and crashes because of hidden risks, as the world saw in 2008 when the global economy nearly melted down because of one obscure corner of Wall Street. DeFi makes it easier than ever to create hidden interconnections that have the potential to blow up spectacularly. Regulators in the US and elsewhere are increasingly talking about ways to rein in these risks. For example, they are starting to push DeFi services to comply with anti-money laundering requirements and considering regulations governing stablecoins. But so far, they have only begun to scratch the surface of what may be required. Well guys, that's all we have for you today. What are your thoughts on decentralized finance? Do you think it plays an essential role in the crypto space? Let us know in the comments section down below. If you guys like this video, then be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Also, if you don't want to miss out on any new future videos, then be sure to click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification under this video so that you're notified the next time we upload a video on the latest cryptocurrency news. Thanks for watching. We hope you have a great day today, and as always, we'll see you in the next video.